Talking to the Press, a guide for educators. There are many good reasons that the press would want to talk to educators. There are so many positive things happening at school that the press would be glad to share it with the public. Other times, the press shows up because something goes wrong. In any case, when the press does come by, you need to be ready. Let's take a look at the things you need to know and do if you are going to interact with the press. First things first, get some help. Speak with your principal, or if your school has it, your public relations representative. This is probably the most important part of the video. If you only follow one piece of advice from this video, make it this one. Their advice could make this whole video redundant. Now, to avoid making this whole video redundant, let's assume you still need to speak to the press. What do you do next? Plan. Plan out what you're going to say. Get your facts straight. You don't want to be caught in a lie, even if it was an accident. Get all your opinions and statements ready, and keep them short. Long-winded explanations are harder to follow. Keep it short and quotable. Get some answers ready for questions you expect to be asked. Imagine you were the reporter. What would you ask? Now imagine you were an angry reporter. What would you ask then? You aren't likely to get an angry reporter, but prepare for the worst. Perhaps the most important part of your preparation is to get your one key message ready. This key message is your objective for the interview. It's the message you want the reporter, and by extension, the public, to get out of the interview. Remember your key message and always try to bring the interview back to this message. Now, this might all seem like a lot, but this prep time is important. Don't be caught on the spot. Get yourself a good plan so you can be ready. Now, here are a few more things to help you make sure your plan and the interview is the best that it can be. Teacher's jargon. Try to avoid it. As part of your planning and during the interview, remember that few people outside of education are familiar with educational lingo and the topics that we use every day. Just make sure what you are saying can be understood by anyone. Another thing to remember is that there is no off the record. If you say something off the record, the reporter still knows that information now. It may end up in the news anyway, maybe just not attributed to you. But now that they know it, they could just ask someone else and have them say it on the record. It's just safest to assume that anything you say will end up in the news. Now, with planning done, let me leave you with a few last tips to remember during the interview. Frustration. Most reporters are wonderful people, but be wary of getting frustrated with your interview techniques. It can be so much that it makes you mad, and you might say something without thinking. So if you are getting frustrated, just keep calm and remember your plan. Another thing, be polite. After all this doom and gloom, you might be a little wound up preparing for the worst. Just remember, reporters are people too. Show them some kindness. The benefits of building a good relationship with the press should be obvious. Well, that's all the information I have for you. So let's recap. Ask for help. Plan ahead. Keep it short and quotable. Remember your key message. Avoid jargon. There is no off the record. Keep calm and be polite. Meeting with a reporter is an opportunity to create a positive public image for your school. If you follow these steps and get help when you need it, your interactions with the press should go just fine. And in the end, you may even come to like it.